What's up? What's up? How y'all doing tonight? Yeah. I've been kind of running behind. Okay. Yep. Oh, let's get over there. You see Mr. Bones in the background. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? I know it's been a minute. Didn't do nothing last week, and I wasn't gonna do anything. Wasn't gonna do anything this week, but figure I'd do one the Beyond the Ramp. Oh, stop. Hey, stop. And you gotta look up, man. I got these special guests, and man, I got to train them. So, Mr. Bones is in the background. I know y'all see that, but anyway, Thursday night, I'm not going to do the Tuesday and Thursday unless I have somebody or unless there's a topic I want to speak about. Friday nights is always going to be here. I like doing it, but yeah, just so y'all know, Tuesday and Thursday, my whole vision for Tuesday and Thursday is to have people on that have a story. I don't care if it's the mailman down the road. I do have starting the new year. I have a lot of I wouldn't say a lot. I have 1, 2, 3 definites. One, I just have to wait till the holidays is over to get um an okay, and they will be here live. Um, before I keep going with that, Cabbage Patch art, Cabbage Patch, Cabbageshack Artworks up in the right hand corner. Y'all see it. Sponsor tonight, but all our sponsors are listed below. All the codes are there. I think Cabbageshack Artwork is garbage 15. There's a lot of items on the website that goes with. This is I have 3 new art pieces on there. I'm just going to throw these up so y'all can see them. They are 1.5 inch thick wood. They're heavy, but it has lists. So that's one seahorse. Some of the other pictures really show you all the detail in it. This is the turtle and 2 redfish, trout, pinfish, lure. So I called the Bright series. I just did all bright colors. Anyway, those are all for sale. And if you're local, you want one, Christmas is right around the corner. Also, Powercore Rods. I do have some of the Core Series rods already done. So last minute, hit me up on this on the boat ramp. My personal page, IGX, whatever. Get a hold of me on the Powercore Rods. These shirts, the boat ramp shirts, are at the Cabbageshack Artworks. All the boat ramp stuff. El Fisherino is there. That's my dude with a mullet. That's going to be my John Boat name when I get it finished. Anyway, all right. So, special guest tonight, and it's been a while since he's been on, and we still have to get first cast going. But Cowboy Preacher is going to grace us with his presence if he can. It's bad when you have to tell a 79-year-old dude to get off his social media. That's crazy. Crazy. How you doing? Well, I mean, I want to make sure you. You got headphones right there.
First of all, why you got to put the traitor behind me?
Yeah, but this might be the Bones' last night, dude.
Yeah, well, I ain't what.
No.
Where's he going? I don't even know if I want him back at the house.
Well, Bones, you can hold the speaker back there for good, buddy. His uncle, Captain Bossman, might be here tomorrow. I don't know for the Friday night show. We'll see. It's gonna be a little Christmas special. Got some gear and little Christmas special. Little hearty eggnog. A little hearty eggnog too. But
Well, you know,
Anyway.
I'm anxious to see how Bones is going to handle this. He
Yeah.
been the star here. He
Yeah.
going to let somebody else come in on the territory.
Well, it's his uncle. His uncle Wolfing. I mean, his uncle a little bit taller, a little bit broader. I mean, he got your personality. You know, that little short man syndrome.
Hey, the worst thing, you know what's wrong with Bones?
Huh.
Excuse me. Worst thing with Bones is faith rider. That means he's a Christian. His uncle must not be.
Yeah, his uncle's part of the heathens.
Okay.
Yeah. Part of the heathens.
So he's got to act Christian now. Bones does.
Yeah. Gonna tease Bones.
All right, let me ask you this. This where I want to see whether the fight comes down or not.
Okay.
Is what's his name?
Captain. I call him Boss Man.
Okay,
but Captain Boss Man. Yeah.
So is he going to take Bones' glasses?
No, I think Captain's got his fishing gear. I mean, he is a captain, so he's got his fishing hat and fishing gear. He got. If he comes tomorrow, I don't know. I guess it depends on FedEx or UPS.
he likes to ride kind of dangerously.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
So anyway, what's happening tonight?
Oh well, you know, I wasn't gonna do anything, but I figured do one last one before the New Year's, and before I go, I'll show y'all who I'm gonna be doing it live from Key Largo or Alamorada, somewhere down there, January 2nd. But you know what? We can go ahead and throw that up, and I'll end with it. But this is my friend Captain Deb Deo. That's gonna be the New Year's January 2nd. We're gonna do a little live from Key Largo, which will be fun. You know, she's gonna tell her story of her journey and coming from North Carolina to Key Largo and becoming a captain.
Wow.
You know, and all on her own.
What's her age?
I don't know. I don't ask women their age.
Yeah, but
I don't ask women their age.
She kind of looks young. I mean, to be a captain and
but
be that successful.
I mean, she's I think she's a grandmother.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Captain Deb.
You can't ever tell today.
That's right. I don't. That's why I don't ask.
Yeah, you don't.
That's why. I may just ask for ID. I just need just ID. Yeah. So anyway, you know, I kind of just want to get on because of some things that's happened this week that in our illustrious government. I seen a picture that somebody says, "I love my country. I'm ashamed of my government." I mean that puts it all in perspective, and some things that happened yesterday. I just wanted to talk about, just show people, you know, up until this election, no lie, up until this election, I would go vote, but I'd always say my vote don't matter because the state I live in, the county I'm in, I know the county I live in, I know the way they vote usually. And you know, you vote anyway because it is a privilege to vote. It's a duty to vote.
Yes.
And people have fought for us to have that right. And anyway, but you know, you always in the back of your mind, and I know a lot of people think this way, is that you really don't think that your vote counts. You know, you got 330 million people in the United States. Now I know a lot of that's kids and whatnot, but still, your one vote out of 330 million, does it really matter? But this year, this time around, I felt that my vote really meant something. And I'll go into more, but I just felt it felt more that you actually had a part in something.
Well, here's the whole thing that I look at vote. When you say I don't like either candidate.
Yeah.
I'm not voting. Okay.
You just voted.
You just voted.
You just voted.
It's just like, I mean, when you're talking to people and say, I'm not taking sides, good or bad. One thing I want to inject here, Warren asked me to come over tonight. People have to understand, you're looking at a 52-year difference.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's what I want people to understand. You're 52. I'm 79. Okay?
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Well,
79.
we're not supposed to. Yeah.
Oof.
So you're looking at a 52-year difference. Okay. So I'm from 1946 up. Okay. You're from 72 up. All right. So the reason people like me struggle with technology because we weren't in it. Today's kids actually have already had it. You had to grow into it, so you were at the start of the technology.
I think the study has shown that my generation,
Right,
65 to 80 or something like that, or 79, that we went through 5 different things that no other generation had to go to because we had the internet started.
Right.
Stuff like that started, and that's what we grew up in, and we had to teach ourselves. It wasn't just like
exactly. It wasn't like I'm born with a iPod in my hand or whatever.
Right.
Okay. With us, we still don't get it because by the time, unless you were in corporate world, you weren't introduced to it.
Right.
And you had to come, and about the time my age was retiring out, is about when it really started to burst. And the reason I'm saying all this is I can remember in those days, and you remember in your days, so we have a different perspective on things.
Right.
Different. You were raised under, part of my age, but you also had to discover yourself in a changing world and everything else. So when my viewpoint is a viewpoint over the span of 79 years, yours is over 52 years, and we have seen so many changes. You're at age that you're finally getting into. Your age is where the ones that are finally saying, whoa, we tolerated. Okay. And we try to just simply say, well, if that's your thing, you do your thing. Okay. I don't mess with me.
Right.
But your age has finally come to the point to say, wait, what you're doing is now affecting not only me, but the ones after me. And you're affecting my life.
Right.
My age is already through. We're disgusted.
Right.
Because we never experienced it. We're in the age of where Gone with the Wind 67 years ago was scandalous when Rhett Butler said, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Right.
Okay. To now we've always F words is like damn. So we're in that age. So when we're discussing these things, we're generations apart. But your age and my age are finally getting it together.
And because we were and still there's a lot of us that we don't want the government in our life.
Absolutely.
But the stuff that they have pushed since 2008 has gotten into our lives, and that's these last 4 years just peaked it out and said, you know what, we've had enough of this crap. Like you said, but
do you realize? Honestly, my mind, age people, things that we talk about like they're recent, they have been 20 years ago. Okay. Yeah. Do you realize how short a time that things have changed?
Oh yeah. Here's the way I look at it. And I mean, whoever's listening that just loved Obama and everything, I really don't care what I'm fixing to say, but the division started in 2008.
Yeah.
and it was a gradual thing. The same sex marriage, and then the what bathrooms everybody can use. It was just a gradual thing. Well, then Trump 16 was a phenomenon. Wasn't supposed to happen,
Right.
and it put a kink in everything.
Yeah.
But when 2020 came, they knew that they had to speed everything up that started in '08. They had to put it on a fast track.
Yes. Yes.
And a fast track it was. I mean, it went from, don't be in my business to, I mean, and it's still going on, but people are getting standing up. But all this transgender stuff, that the drag queen, the kid drag queen shows. Why? Why is that perversion? But that perversion just escalated. It gave them the last 4 years gave them a green light to just do what they wanted to.
Okay, let me tell you how that happened. This is where they messed up.
Right.
All right. Anytime you want an agenda, whether it's socialism,
right.
Whatever it is, okay, you start way back. You start.
I'm
talking about the far left and all this stuff. They begin to introduce it and then to continue and become normalized. Okay.
Right.
Over a period of time.
Oh yeah.
Where they messed up was they started and they felt like that they had such control over it.
Yeah.
That now we're going to do it right to your face and force you to accept it. Whereas they very subtly introduced it and everybody kind of lulled into it.
It started in the 40s.
I know, but they lulled into it. Well, what you said since 20, it's like, well, we're just, okay, these dumb Americans, all these dumb people, we got them where we want them, so we're going to just enter it, and we're doing what we're wanting to do.
Yeah, and what's funny is I was watching clips of CNN where this one guy was talking about, they're so mad at Elon Musk right now, mad.
Oh, yeah.
So mad. But he was going, these billionaires are a problem. They just don't understand the working people. Now, the guy speaking is worth $5 million. He has no clue.
Bless his heart. That's all he's got.
He's only got $5 million.
Wow.
So, but he understands the working class people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
I got $5 million and I understand what it's like to go get $60 worth or $70 worth tank full. And I understand that the $300, $400, $500 a week groceries and everything. It just hurts my pocket. And all I've got now is 400 or 4,000,900.
Yeah. I'm gonna send my maid to go get my groceries.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, my butthole still puckers up when I go to the gas station.
Oh, doesn't that kill you?
And I'm going,
no price.
Because I remember in 2019 that $40 would almost fill my truck up.
Yes.
And I'm going, I'm just looking at that thing just go, and I'm like, man, just stop. Just stop.
Yeah, but see, that doesn't, they get on, and people sit there, listen to CNN and all this talk show hosts and everything. The working people that listen to the sheep, okay, I say they don't realize, they won't accept the fact that this doesn't bother those people.
Yeah. This is what's funny. All these women that watch The View, this is why I don't understand grown people's thinking. Those people that are telling you, like Whoopi Goldberg, talking about how hard it's been on her, like this inflation and everything. And I forget, I could be wrong, but I think she makes $7 million, $8 million a year to do that stupid show.
Yeah.
And they talk like they care about you, and that they understand how you feel. They don't know you, don't care about you. That's all of them. They don't.
Well, I remember COVID.
Yeah.
The biggest thing they'd come up with, these mainstream media
Oh yeah.
would come up and show the poor, pitiful celebrities
Oh yeah. Yeah.
having to stay in their mansions.
Yeah, they struggling.
They're struggling like the rest of the people out
Yeah.
here in the world.
It's just awful.
I
It's
mean,
awful.
you know, and
Yeah.
so that's the world that I never lived in. I'm living in now, but I never experienced.
Right.
And also a part of that world that you didn't experience.
Yeah.
Because again, as I've shared with you, up until the early 90s was the last generation with work ethics.
Right,
Let me
right,
say that.
right.
I don't say the last working age,
Right.
but the work ethic.
Yeah.
And so you had that, and so you're coming at it that you still had a work ethic. And I saw a video of a girl the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and here's what I told your mama. I said, if you want to know if what the woke has finally revealed itself of how it's affected people,
Mm-hmm.
people say, no, we don't live in that. People don't think that. That's just the far left, and that's just it.
Mm-hmm.
No, when this girl said this, the response was in support. The majority of people were in support of this girl.
Yeah.
She's 22 years old,
Mm-hmm.
had just finished college.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She can't afford to live in New York City, so she works outside.
Mm-hmm.
She is crying because she's a 9-to-5 job, and she doesn't get home till after 6 o'clock.
Say it ain't so.
And she is so tired and so out of energy that all she can do is come in, eat, take a shower, and go to bed. And it's like she still doesn't have, after a full week, doesn't have to the energy force herself to go out. And the people's comment, I walked in, I said, now you're seeing what, Warren, it takes, like this thing of this child abuse of keeping kids out of school for COVID for 2 years.
Right.
Everything that happens, oftentimes we don't see it until 10 years down the road, the end result.
Yeah.
Well, now we're seeing the results of a generation that listened to the woke movement, and the majority of people, they started talking about enslavement. The reason that she's going through that is enslavement by these corporations.
Yeah, I'd like
and
to.
I understand you. I'm tired. And one lady got on there and said, darling, why don't you both you and your husband work, and you have 2 kids to come home to after dark and pick up and try to make them, but it was this poor girl, 22 years old.
Yeah, but they don't. I could sit down with her and I'll say, you know what I did yesterday? I got up at 3, left the house at 4, drove to Merritt Island, drove back to Sebring to Punta Gorda, did some things there, got home at 8 o'clock. Guess what I did the next day?
Same thing.
Got up at 3, left at 4.
But see, I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the reason I don't care is because your generation, told me that if I would go get my college degree, that if I could have it all, but
guess what? I ain't got a college degree, so why would I have told you to go get one?
But the parents did in the college institution.
Well,
and now they get out, and she thinks at 22, she's supposed to have do it all.
She's supposed to be making.
But what got me was she didn't have energy.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I could go into that. So tonight, the shutdown, shut it all down. We're going to talk. We got about 30 minutes of talking to do about the CR. And if y'all don't know what the CR is continuing resolution. Okay. But basically what that is instead of fixing the problems, they just kick it down the road till March, and all the stupid spending that we spend, we keep spending, and they add these little things in it that you don't know about. I'm fixing to show you a picture. This is screen share. This is from Libs of TikTok. I mean, this is great. She just shows what, and I'll get to what I first started off with of when I always thought my vote didn't count and my voice never was heard, and how that has changed in a month.
Wow.
So we're gonna start off the picture on the right. I mean, on the left is what the bill started out as when Speaker Mike Johnson spoke about this bill and said, "Oh, not going to be any minibuses or omnibuses or nothing. It's just going to be a straight CR or nothing." They always try to do things under dark, you know, or last minute cockroaches. So the one on the left is what they announced yesterday.
Okay.
I didn't grab the tweet of what Trump said and Elon Musk. Understand, if y'all haven't been paying attention, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be part of this task force called DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency.
Okay.
Them two are going to be responsible.
Woo-hoo.
Now, understand, y'all know how much Elon is worth. I mean, he's a billionaire.
400, I think.
400 billion?
Yeah, okay. I think so the other day.
He owns SpaceX, Twitter, all that. Or X. Vivek is that close to being a billionaire. He's a very smart individual. Like him as a candidate. Anyway, those are the two best people to be that bringing outsiders in to look at what the government's spending on, because they'll represent the people, us, where basically Elon and Vivek are two individuals outside of government that are representing the people to say, hey, why are y'all spending $20 billion on studies of whatever?
Okay, let me stop
Okay.
there. Do you know why these people are qualified? Those two people are qualified to do this, not because they're billionaires, because, and this is why they hate them.
Yeah,
it's the same reason that they hate Trump.
Because
and people, all the left wing blame all this stuff.
Right.
People like them. It is because they themselves have used the government loopholes,
yes,
and all the stuff to do.
They know.
Make their money. They know it. Whereas you and I and all the rest have no clue.
Yeah.
They know how the game is played, and the reason they're wealthy is because they've used the game. But like Trump said one time, look, don't blame it. The government's the one. I'm just using what they put into law. So these are the experts at it.
So again, the one on the left is the bill that they were the continuing resolution, the CR, that was on the left. Today is the one on the right, and I'm gonna just throw it up so you can see. The one on the left is 1,500 pages.
That's the continuing resolution?
Yes. They tried to pass that where nobody could look at it, whatever. Here's why they hate Elon. That one on the right is 116 pages. That's it.
No.
116 pages versus 1,500.
Come on.
Yes. So, and we'll read, I'll read some things, what's in it.
That's called a Pelosi. We have to pass it before we read it.
Yeah. So, here's where I say our voice matters now. Okay. When I thought it didn't. When the one on the left came out, some people on X got a hold of it and read it. When they first got out, Benny Johnson, that lives at TikTok, Vivek Ramaswamy had his people start reading it and found all the pork that was in it. And when we say pork, that means fat. That means stuff we don't need to be spending. And I can tell you one of them was $60 billion to Ukraine again. We have no business doing that.
No.
So anyway, when that came out, the hashtags, I'm telling you, all these senators, all your congressmen, if you're not on Twitter or X, you ain't even got to really be. I don't post there a lot. I post some of my shorts and stuff like that, but I'll read and I'll comment on some things. But I follow all these people. Vivek lives at TikTok.
Right.
People that I watch their podcasts and all that. That smart people that dig into everything to make sure that we're getting the right stuff. Anyway, soon as that came out, people started reading it, started putting hashtags, do not pass this bill. And they flooded all their senators, all their congressmen, because they're on there. And all their people that work that thing,
right,
they read it. And basically Trump came out in a press conference. They asked him about it. And he said, pretty much, if you pass this continuing resolution, you will be primaried.
Whoa.
And that means when up for re-election for the Congress, we're going to make sure that you get voted out and you will never be a congressperson again. And he meant it. And everybody that's on X, when you have like Dan Bongino gets, every day he has 140 to 180,000 people listening to his podcast.
Right.
Over the whole day on all platforms it goes to. That's Apple, Spotify, all that. Is millions of views. People watch it. Right. Millions of people. So when all those people on X send all that stuff to these senators and everything, they have to take notice. And that 116 represents the people griping about all that. That's what happened. That right there, X was the reason, and the reason why they hate Musk, because Musk made it a free speech platform.
Absolutely.
Free speech. That is our God-given right in the Constitution. Okay. That is
okay. And here's what's happening. People like Elon Musk with X. You talk about these podcasts and everything.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Oh yeah.
They so have underestimated these podcasts that they're overtaking the mainstream media, and the people are now like they underestimate. When Trump went on Joe Rogan, I hate to say this, but it about put him over the top.
Oh yeah.
See,
there's a Congress guy, or used to be. He's on CNN, and he was flabbergasted this week. He didn't understand what happened. They still haven't figured out what happened. And he asked his kids, he says, well, who's the most influential people right now? And he thought, this is what I thought he's going to say Barack Obama or Oprah. And I'm thinking, dude, where are you at? This is not 2008 anymore.
Right.
Anyway, their kids said Twitch, Rumble, all this, and named off some people I don't listen to, but have millions of views. 14 million views. And he's like, we get a couple million. He says, that's where everybody went to. That's where everybody's gone since COVID, because people on these platforms research and tell you the truth. They're authentic people, and they tell you the truth.
Did you know at one time when they started, 50,000 people, viewers, you were successful? Okay.
Yeah.
These CNN got like 800 and something thousand.
Yeah.
One like Joe Rogan gets into the millions.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So they're overtaking and taking away the power mainstream media's had for so many years.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
All right, so
that is unbelievable.
Was this? No, that was. I'm trying to find. I thought. I'm trying to. Why don't I have it?
Well, you keep working on that. I just want to tell everybody out there that when you're talking about pork, you're talking about a bill being passed. Let's say that a bill is being passed for a highway, and what happens is they call pork is they slip into that bill something to do about the tortoises in South Florida, or they've got a highway that goes nowhere, anything like that. And it has nothing to do with the original bill. They just slip in whatever they want to get done, and nobody pays a bit of attention to it. So what you've got is 1,600 pages here that people are not going to read, and it's all this stuff they slip in, and then people say, well, I didn't even know that was done. We would have never voted for that. No, you won't vote for that. But they slip it in, and they're very, very deceptive on that kind of stuff.
Dude, this is them voting. I mean, we could listen to Anna Paulino. She probably just kicked them in the butt.
Well, it's simply trying. Look, they.
So the CR failed.
Okay.
So what she's saying is, what that she said, 197 Democrats voted nay on it.
Whoa.
Yeah, but what she says, they're going to try to blame the shutdown on Republicans. Nearly every single Democrat just voted against keeping the government open because the CR didn't include the 1,400 pages of pork. So basically, they're mad because they can't spend our money just willy-nilly
as they want to.
Yeah. They are so mad right now because, and then this lady's having a meltdown because of Elon Musk. I mean, look, when you're that age and have purple hair, I'm not going to listen to you at all. At all. We need to bring shaming back.
Yeah.
We need to bring shaming back. Lady, if she came up to me and asked me something or tried to tell me something, I'm gonna say, lady, I'm gonna stop you because I cannot take you serious. You're a grown woman with purple hair.
Well, understand this, Warren, and a lot of people don't. There's no other country like America. Okay.
Yeah.
And because of our freedom and the way we are, we have become arrogant about it. And it's almost like I am going, because I have this freedom and men and women have died for my freedom, I can express myself any way I want to. And if you oppose me, then I'm offended by your opposition. I am that lady getting up there dressed. I can do what I want to do, identify the way I want to identify, and you're supposed to accept this.
I know.
We're arrogant people.
Well, you know what's funny? You know what one of the things in this bill was? To build a new stadium for the Commanders. Now, that used to be the Washington Redskins, but because the DEI they had to rename them. But the bill included money to give to DC to build a stadium for the Commanders to move from Maryland to DC. Why does my tax dollars need to go to building a stadium for Washington, DC? That is retarded. So we're going in. I'm going to throw Vivek. He explains a little bit more about some of the stuff that was in it. And I want you to hear this. So,
to pass a bill that blows away your taxpayer money but they made it over 1,500 pages long so you wouldn't read it. I did you a favor. I read it for you. It's supposed to be about keeping government operations open and providing disaster relief aid to hurricane victims, which I'm sympathetic to. But if you read the bill carefully, it contains pay raises for members of Congress, and I'm not making this up, an expansion of their federal health benefits. It contains all kinds of special interests and pork funding, including opening up a new stadium in Washington, D.C. It renews the Global Engagement Center, which is a key node of the censorship industrial complex. And the worst part is, they didn't want you to know about any of it, and that's why they made this a last-minute jam job. The reason I'm co-heading Doge is I think we need outsiders to bring actual accountability to Washington, D.C. So feel free to call your congressman and let him know how you feel about it.
So
okay, let me share. They're wanting a pay raise, okay, and they slipped that into the bill. And as I was telling you earlier, I saw the just above poverty, okay, in poverty line, the lower middle class is an income, a minimum of $74,000 a year. So that's not poverty, but it's the lower middle class.
Right.
To be in the upper middle class, okay, then whether it's single or combined income of $174,000.
Right.
The pay that the politician, the congressman receive is the upper middle class, $174,000 plus basically a golden parachute health benefit.
Yeah.
So basically, our congresspeople, our representatives, are in the upper middle class in living. And so what they're saying, they're not satisfied with that. We want a raise above that, plus all of our insurance and a 10-year retirement plan.
Well, what the way I look at that 174, because it says upper middle class, they think they're with the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
But all of them end up being millionaires.
Yes.
Plus their retirement is ridiculous.
You can retire in 10 years.
10 years as Congress, you can retire in 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I forget what I'm not sure. It's not half, but I think it's higher than half your income.
Yeah.
In 10 years. I ought to run that. Well, you're young enough. You can run 62.
No.
Man, I'm saying in 10 years, you'd be 62.
Oh, yeah.
You could retire, fish all.
Hey, y'all going to hire me? I know who if y'all don't know who let's see. Is that right? Our congressman is Scott Franklin, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But what Vivek just said, and the reason why these Democrats are having a meltdown because of the power of X. I mean, I'm telling you, that was the reason that went from 1,500 pages to 116. And they are so livid about that because they've had all this control, because Republicans, not conservatives, Republicans. And when I say Republicans, people think, rhinos, the ones that go along. What happened on that 1,500 pages is that they kept saying it's bipartisan. It's because the Democrats negotiated better. And the Republicans just, okay, well, we'll give you that, and if you let us do this. And basically, there's stuff in there I read. I should have looked it up better. I mean, it's some ridiculous stuff. It gives I know I have that somewhere. It was let me see if I can find it. They are having a meltdown. It's a glorious. Oh, well, I can show you this right here. So big pharma lobbyists are crying at the CR with billions of dollars in giveaways. We're going to read it. All right. So let's go. Let's put this back up. So the health care package that we and many of you lobbied members for Congress on this week, that and if y'all don't know, that's the whole problem. The lobbyists are the problem.
They run.
They're the ones that give these people money.
Yes.
That's why they're millionaires when they get out of Congress. It says we lobbied Congress on. We crashed and burned last night. A total train wreck caused largely by President-elect Donald Trump's head of the unofficial Department of Government Efficiency. We would note that Elon Musk's criticism and Republican concerns had nothing to do with our priorities. Big Pharma's mad because there was so much crap to give them money. They're the same ones that have caused all these heart attacks in young people, all this stuff with COVID, all this stuff. I mean, they're the ones. I mean, and if they think Elon's bad, Kennedy has already claimed war on the FDA. He's like, y'all don't know what's coming,
and they can't grasp it. Or look, the Bible refers on a delusion.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And they live, honestly, they live in a different world,
deluded state.
That they see things completely different.
Well, it's what I believe you should believe.
Yes. Anybody
that's got regular thinking, critical thinking, if y'all aren't believing what I'm going to believe, then you are below me. There it's elitist.
Yes.
It's elitist mindset that they are the ruling party. We know better than you because I'm in Congress.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
The prime example of this is everyone, in my opinion. Okay. I'm going to say this so I don't.
My opinion. Our opinion. This is all opinion.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is all opinion. Michael Jackson, his little boys and everything.
But that was a lie too. But anyway.
They people, in their opinion, he was guilty.
Yeah.
But several of the people interviewed said that the jury and other spectators were so overwhelmed with his celebrity status that they couldn't convict him.
Yeah.
Not that he wasn't guilty. It's simply they were over, and it's the same thing with this delusional state.
Yeah.
What you see on Facebook, we act like when a celebrity dies, they were a personal friend of ours.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Put all that stuff on there, and we live, and there's so many live in a delusional state that a politician just blind them.
I mean, there's people that think that the government's batting 1,000 and they're looking out for your interest.
Absolutely.
And if y'all didn't know, that is a lie. That was sarcasm. But go ahead.
Well, here's the thing, and I learned this from a politician that was a very high up. He was senior and a state legislator. When I say friend, personal friend, we ate breakfast at his house. I went over to eat. So it wasn't like I just know him.
Right.
He sat down many, many years ago and told me how it works. Like his constituents are in 3 counties. Okay. He represents them.
Right.
So whenever there was a bill to be passed, and let's say 2 counties south of us, okay, they wanted to pass a bill. Well, I didn't think that as a Christian I could have voted for that.
Yeah.
And come to find out, he voted for that. And I went to him and said, look, why would you you're against that?
Yeah.
He said, because my constituents, I have to take care of them in my district.
Yeah.
Okay. And they take care of theirs and theirs. And they just simply said, we will support you in this bill if you support us in this bill for us. And if you don't, we won't.
Yeah.
He said, now I'm responsible to my constituents.
Yeah.
Okay. So I said, well, basically that's blackmail. He said, well, you can call it what you want to.
Yeah.
So that's how this stuff, that's how they play all the time. That's why this pork is
I mean,
there.
Matt Gaetz has said, if you want on committees, they'll say, it costs you $750,000.
Right. And guess where they get the $750,000? Lobbyists.
Well, yeah, but the one thing I respect Matt Gaetz for, and there's some other ones that have followed his step, it's all from his constituents.
Yeah.
He is
And
not.
that's good.
Yes, he is not. Anyway,
but you know, Twitter
yeah.
control the masses. That's why they hate Elon Musk. I'm surprised they're not going to say something about he's a foreigner coming in here. I'm amazed.
Well, I mean, they're just mad because they had control of Twitter.
Yes, which is the masses.
And when the Twitter files came out and it showed that all the government was involved in censoring everybody with a voice, now everybody with a voice is now speaking up, and they're allowed to speak up. Absolutely. And people are hearing it. And I'm telling y'all.
And it's John Q. Public.
Yeah.
One of the 330 million people that's allowed to express their opinion without being stricken.
You might not know it, but if you pay attention and they put out, hey, post this hashtag to let them know that we aren't going to put up with this, you post that hashtag, whether you know it or not, that hashtag actually counted.
Wow.
Yeah. On Twitter, that's the way it works.
You're right. Which says to me, I might be a nobody in the grand scheme of thing, but my voice counts.
Oh yeah. And that's why they're losing their marbles right now on the House floor.
Wow.
Because they don't understand that that was a mandate that we voted for. We're tired of y'all's crap. We want Trump to come in, clean house, start using our tax dollars for what it needs to be used for.
Put us back on.
And oh yeah. Let me go. All right.
There you go.
But you know,
to use our tax dollars for what it's supposed to be
right. For. And that was a mandate that everybody voted for. The popular vote, the electoral college vote, all of it went to Trump. And these people have still not figured out that that's what happened, and we're not going to listen to you anymore.
So why would my tax dollars, 60 billion of my tax dollars, where would I ever allow my congressman to send that to a country that doesn't need it?
So if y'all don't know, maybe I'll do a show that lists the number, the email. If you don't want to call, put an email where you can email. When you hear something that you don't like, you email that office. If people get together and say, hey, we're emailing congressperson, because the more constituents that put pressure on them and say, look, if you vote for this crap, we're going to vote you out next time around.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that stuff works, and it's starting to work now because of Twitter.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm going to throw this up one more time. This is, before I do that, I forgot, y'all pray for my friend, the shout out. She's below. Stinky Stompers, and go bug somebody else. Always Stinky Stompers. Ladies, a little too late to get it for Christmas, but I'm telling you, you will appreciate, this, and your guys will like it for the boots, your shoes, and go bug somebody else. Mosquito spray, Okeechobee Rustic Company. It's listed below. And this is the Christmas candle. Man, smells good. Oh, I just slung. Oh yeah, smells good. Oh no, this is the orange one.
Oh,
that's orange.
Folks, let me tell you something. If I can sit here and smell it, and it's a real clear smell. We're sitting in the
shack.
In the shack.
Yeah.
And when I get away from here, it'll take my breath away. But while I'm here, it's just like, man, it's just clear as it can be.
That's right. That's right.
Good.
So, one more time, Okeechobee Rustic Company. Y'all say a prayer for her. She finally has gotten it going in for biopsy Monday.
Wow.
She says she would let me know what they find out, because she has been hurting. And she says she smells like her voice sounds like a smoker's voice, but it isn't sore.
Oh.
But it's there's something wrong, and we just hope that,
Yeah.
pray that everything's good. But just a reminder, probably won't be doing nothing next week. But January 2nd, Captain Deb Deo, January 2nd, we're going to do something from NC to Key Largo, her journey to becoming a captain. And y'all tune in for that. That's 8:00, January 2nd, episode 28. Anyway, it's been fun. Hope y'all learned something. Okay. But it's been fun. Appreciate you coming over there, Preacher.
Yeah.
And Bones.
I can't wait to see if your buddy comes.
Yeah, we're gonna see if Captain Boss Man comes tomorrow. And anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Talk to y'all later.
All right. See ya. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.